Live from the Raw Live Production Studio, it's True NFL with Frankie J and T.O. And here's your host, Frankie J.
Well then, we're back. Thanks for Lot 22 Productions and helping us out a little bit with the production. That was wonderful. We're back, week 5, NFL fans. T.O., it was an interesting week of football. We have a lot to talk about and not a lot of time to talk about it. So again, I'm Frankie J. This is T.O. to my right. And we like to start things off a little differently here. As everybody knows, a few weeks into us doing True NFL, we like to start the shows off with a little something fun. I'm going to let T.O. take over with this because this is his little baby. Go ahead, T.O. What do you got?
I got on this day. Do a little Bills history today. October 8th, Monday night, 2007. You recall this game? They called it the Monday Night Meltdown.
I want to say yes, but I don't really know.
Bills up by 18 at one point. Tony Romo, 6 turnovers.
What?
But yet the Bills find a way to lose 25-24.
That was a home game, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
I do remember that game.
Called the Monday Night Meltdown. I think Terrell Owens scored the game winner there for the
That
Cowboys.
was 2009, right? Oh no, he played for
2007.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, 2007. He played for the Cowboys. Romo was the quarterback. Remember that cutout we had of Romo? We put it down by the bus stop.
I also remember we had him on a live show with us, and when we got sick of him falling over, we taped or tied him to the telephone pole out by the street, and people were stopping and taking their pictures with Tony Romo. And finally, we came out one day, he got his ass kicked, and he was flat on his back like he normally was when he played in the league. Mr. Concussion Protocol designer man there. So is that all you got for on this day in NFL? That's all that's happened?
Well, no, there was more, but that's all I got for this week. I got to save some for the next time. This was the Monday Night Meltdown. I mean, we were up big.
Yeah.
6 turnovers. We still lose the game. I don't know.
Jeez.
Yeah. A while ago, I think we finished 7-9 that season anyway. So those weren't the glory days for the Buffalo Bills.
Jeez. Well, I want to take one quick second to thank everybody that's been subscribing to our channel. Awesome. Thanks for the support with True NFL. Our views are going up every week consistently. So obviously we're having fun. They're having fun. We're putting out stuff that we feel is fun. We're doing it in a little different way. We like to kind of go over last week, but not entirely. So between T.O. and I, we picked out a couple games that we liked last week. And why did we like them? First one, and I'm going to let Todd take the lead on this one too, because this is one game that he really wanted to talk about for various reasons. So Todd, why don't you go ahead and talk a little bit about the Las Vegas Raiders visiting the Indianapolis Colts?
I definitely wanted to talk about this game, and not for the game. The Colts won 40-6, but afterwards, I don't know if a lot of you have seen this, the Mark Sanchez, the dirty Mark Sanchez.
Dirty Sanchez.
Initial reports were that he got stabbed, so everyone was like, oh, we feel so bad for him. After watching the video, let me set the stage here. It's about 12 o'clock. He's pissed drunk. He goes into an alleyway and starts doing suicide sprints. I don't know if you can say that word anymore. We'll just call them sprints.
We're not on TikTok.
Unalive sprints, okay? That's what he's doing. So 12 o'clock, he's drunk as a skunk. He's doing sprints. This guy comes in, doing his job, pulls his truck up to pick up that night's oil from the restaurant. That's what he does. He goes and drives to each restaurant, picks up the used oil, and they do what they do with it. Well, Mark Sanchez tells him, you can't be here. I'm doing sprints. I'm doing sprints. Okay. So the guy's like, yeah, he's drunk, whatever. Sanchez tries to get in his car, in the guy's truck, and move it. So at this point, the guy's like, back away. He's getting nervous. I mean, Sanchez is a big dude. He played NFL, pretty big guy. Guy's 68 years old. So he sprays him with mace. Sprays Sanchez in the face with mace. It works for about 30 seconds. And then
spray cheese them in the face. Look at that.
Yeah. Then Sanchez keeps coming. So the guy he puts him against the wall, apparently. Well, so the video shows. And then the guy stabs him twice, like in the torso.
Nice.
Two stabs. Sanchez must have got the knife because the guy ended up having a huge gash right through his cheek to his tongue. He had a
Ooh,
big, huge scar everywhere. I mean, Sanchez is facing like 1 to 5 years here.
wow. Did they call the?
Actually, I believe reports. This is all allegedly at the moment, but
Yeah.
you know how that goes. But
Yes.
apparently, they caught up to him, and he was at a different pub, and he had no recollection of anything that happened.
And there's still blood on my hands.
Everywhere. I mean, he had 2 stab I mean, yeah, what a crazy situation.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Well,
Dirty
on that
Sanchez.
note, folks, if anybody out there has any knowledge of this or wants to share their thoughts on it, drop a comment wherever you may be watching on Facebook, YouTube, or Instagram, and be part of the show. Let us know what you think, and we'll get to the comments as they come in. But anyways, continue, Teal, because this is a funny story. Because what and this I had this happen to me on the other show that I'm on, NFL over on Lot 22 Productions. I kind of contradicted myself, Webster Dictionary style, Dames, if you're listening. Anyways, I said the other guy was saying that Mark Sanchez sucked. He was never good. And I said, well, wait a second. He took him to 2 AFC championship games. He was not the worst ever Jet to suit up and play quarterback for the Jets. He really was not that bad. He played really good football. I go, but the problem is that's what people remember him by, but that's not his legacy. What in reality, legacy is what you're remembered for. So
Yeah, he's remembered for the butt fumble.
right. And I was kind of trying to
You
defend that and say that he wasn't all that bad of a quarterback. That one moment shouldn't define him.
No, you're correct. He did take him to 2 AFC. He was actually, and that was surprisingly back then. They were
Rex Ryan coached team.
they were a good defensive team, but he didn't turn the ball over. He did what he had to do, and he did lead them to 2 AFC championship. You're correct.
Two
He
in a
wasn't
row.
all that bad. He was also named most good-looking player in football.
Sanchez of the year.
Sanchez. He was known for the butt fumble. What else we got? I don't
Yes.
know. That's about all on Sanchez.
I mean, he had the hairy mole.
yeah.
Had the hairy
I
mole,
didn't
and he ate a hot dog on the sideline. There was always that one where they were wearing the throwback uniforms, and usually once a year they show like clips of old funny football moments. And he was seen on the sideline ramming a hot dog
Oh, yeah.
down his
You don't-
throat. He was hungry.
Well, you don't have a lot of time. I remember Romo talking about that. And he was like, yeah. He goes, the one guy, I don't know who he does it with, but he goes, I've never seen you eat so fast. Well, you didn't go to a lot of time. He's probably right.
Jim
He
Nance.
probably got 15 seconds to cram that hot dog down.
It was Jim Nance that works with Tony Romo.
Yeah. I like Romo as an announcer.
He's gotten better. He's way better than Tom Brady. Whew, Tom
Mhm.
Brady needs I think he should just go and go work for the Raiders at this point. If you're so good and you're so amazing, go fix the Geno Smith experiment and figure something out, because you were all in support of Geno Smith going there and you're making the guy look bad. If you have owner stake. Anyways, we can talk about Tom Brady all day and what a scumbag he is, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to lose fans. I just think Tom Brady's a scumbag. He's not even good at analysis. But anyways, so that's the only reason you wanted to talk about that game, right? Not only the fact that the Raiders got their asses handed to them and looked stupid, except for Max Crosby being a beast. Okay. Here's my game. And I love this one because I got called stupid a whole bunch of times for taking Denver over Philly in Philly. Who would pick Denver to go into Philly and beat Philly, who won the Super Bowl last year? Who would do that?
Yeah.
I did. Frankie J did. And I was right. And I was right because the defense came through. Bo Nix did what he needed to do. And let's face it, Philly's not really – they're not an exciting team. Is that fair?
No. Yeah. They're boring.
They're boring. They're like yeah. It's like – for me, watching the Philadelphia Eagles play football, yes, they win games, but they're not exciting for a 4-1 team. They almost seem like they're 2-3, maybe 1-4. They don't seem like a 4-1 team that could repeat and go to the Super Bowl again. But they did the same thing last year. They kind of turned it on when they had to.
Yeah.
And Barkley even shit the sheets. I mean, to all you people that play fantasy football, I don't want to talk about fantasy right now. What the fuck's going on? I had a great draft. I don't understand it. But anyways, that's another show all on its own. How I shit the sheets in fantasy this year. I think I'm 1-4 or 1-3, maybe. I suck.
Yeah.
And I only had 5 picks last week with the pick'em. So this week I picked better. Anyways, next game, Denver at Philly. Who picks Denver? I did. You lost.
That was Philly is boring. I'm going to give it to you there. They are a boring team. The play calling is weird, which leads me to let's talk about our game, the Bills game.
I mean, we could do that because that was a really. I thought that was a poorly managed game. I really did. I didn't think the play calling was good. I didn't think there was a lot of things missing for me in that game. Not only a couple players that were out injury, there was just something missing in that game, and I feel it was communication. I feel that the communication was bad on and off the field. A home game, a Sunday night game, a whiteout game, a game you should crush whoever you're playing. And we looked like preseason form. What's your take on that? I'd love to hear.
My take is that the other team came to play. They hadn't been in a primetime game in years. This was, to them, their Super Bowl. They're coming in here, no expectations to win that game, and we're going to play our heart out. And Diggs balled out, dude. I don't know if he was in the pink candy all day before. The guy's sweating all over the field like a crazy man, but he did us in.
It was warm.
Yeah, sure.
It was like in the 70s during kickoff. Right? It was warm.
It was.
It was.
But no one else was sweating like that guy. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. I miss him. But the game, the season's going to be long, and he's old. So it is what it is. This was their Super Bowl. But our play calling's terrible. I don't mean to jump back and forth on do I like the coach, do I hate the coach, because I do like him. But I don't think we're going to win with him. I just don't. We're boring. What did that guy say during the game? He said the Bills in the first defensive drive throw everything at you. After that, you've seen everything. He said for the first drive defensively.
Who's he?
Whoever the announcer was. Who was it? The guy everybody hates, Collinsworth. He said that in the first defensive drive, the Bills throw everything at you. And if you get that first down, then it's you're getting a lot of plays on them. And I feel like the Eagles do the same thing, where we line up, we show you what we're going to do, and we're going to do it. And there's no trickery, except for when they run a freaking reverse to Dawson Knox for some reason. I don't know what that's about. But you see Kansas City do trick plays. They give the balls in the hands of a playmaker, a fast guy. They don't hand the ball off to freaking Noah Gray. Do you know what I'm saying?
Let's talk about Kansas City for a second, okay? Yeah, they might do some trickery. I think they're really bad actors right now. We can go back to that loss. We're going to talk about that game actually after we talk about the what was the other one I had picked out here? New England. We were talking about New England Buffalo. The trickery when Jacksonville's Trevor Lawrence, the guy with the flowing hair of locks that I just love so much, fell down twice.
Yeah.
On a bad snap and manages to run to the end zone. But you see a picture clear as day. Chris Jones, their playmaker, the face of their defense there in Kansas City, big time money, stand there. He could have. I'm not on the field. I'm not the athlete. I'm not playing. So let me be very clear. He didn't even move to make an effort. I would have fell on the ground and pretend I was injured. Do something. He stood there with his hands on his hips.
National Fix League. But we don't want to go there. Otherwise, there wouldn't be shows like this.
Yeah, so
we're going to believe everything we see. And that guy just didn't know what to do there on defense for the first time of his career.
Well, that tells me a lot about the Chiefs and the state of the Chiefs right now. I think they're a team that's lost. Yes, they can still make a run for it. We're 6 weeks into the season. It feels like it's flying by, but we do have 11 weeks left. A lot can happen. But here's the problem. You have the Bills who are 4-1. You got your Jets who are 0-500. Let's just give them the next 5 years of losing. You have the Patriots who are really going to be our nemesis right now in the East. We have to beat them in December to have the division, essentially. Let's put it that way.
They're going to be right there at the end, 10-6.
Right. the Chiefs will still find a way to weasel their way into at least, let's say, a wild card spot at this point. It's a little early on still. Despite their record, they're going to win those games they have to win. And the teams that are going to have to lose or win for them to get to that, it's going to happen.
Mhm.
It's all part of what I'm starting to believe, finally, the narrative to what this league really is. I love the game of football. I will never not watch football. But I'm starting to get to the point, like, I'm looking at week 6 right now, the games, and I'm like,
It's all going to fall in place. Just remember that. That's why I'm talking about the end always, because the end is already etched. We know who it's going to be. I don't care if Baltimore's 0-6-7 right now. Chances are they're going to sneak back in.
Really?
Yeah.
You think so?
Sure. Why wouldn't you?
So you think, who was that again?
Baltimore. What's the record?
They
got one win, correct?
No, Baltimore's got one win. Okay. They're
going to lose this week again.
They're no better than Cleveland. You got Pittsburgh at the top of that division, 3-1 coming off a bye week. Okay. Right now, the team that everyone thought was going to shit the sheets, including myself, with Aaron Rodgers at the helm, they're actually the AFC North leader right now, ahead of Cincinnati. And we all know what happened with Cincinnati this past week. Bringing in my boy, Dames, if you're watching. I'm a Joe Flacco fan. Yes, people, it's true. If anybody doesn't like that, go ahead and feel free to drop a comment anywhere you might be listening, Facebook, YouTube, or Instagram. I like Joe Flacco. I think Joe Flacco is that guy that he's going to give you what he is. He is who he is. He's going to come in. He's going to work hard. He's going to learn the playbook. He's going to get out there. He's not going to be afraid to make a play or be afraid to try to make a play. He is going to go out there and give you his 100% at being, what is he, 40, 41 now? He's going to give you what he's given his whole career, which is an effort. You can trust him. Does he throw some stupid picks? Yeah, but he's done that his whole career. And Brett Favre used to throw crazy interceptions at the end of games and screw the team over. Where is he now? Hall of Fame. He's won a Super Bowl. So is Flacco. Flacco is going to give Cincinnati what I feel in this point of the season. The Browning experiment has failed. He's not a starter. He needs more time, or he just needs to realize this isn't his career. Flacco is the best option right now for that team. I don't think there was anybody else available that would be able to jump in, get the playbook down within a week. And I heard he wasn't playing Sunday, but then I heard he was playing Sunday. What do you have any info on that?
He's definitely playing.
Okay.
But
and which
let me ask you something.
Oh boy, go ahead.
Joe Burrow can't stand in there. Browning getting his ass kicked. What makes you think 40-some-year-old Joe Flacco's going to stand there behind that offensive line, who basically is me and you? Let's face it. They're getting bulldozed worse than any crop field I've seen. So
okay, and that's what my buddy Ben said. He said they got no offensive line. That's why Joe's hurt. That's why Browning sucks.
Yeah.
Here's the difference between a Browning and a Flacco. Let's start there. Flacco can read defenses way better than Browning. He's got time in the game. He's got a lot of studying of film. He's more experienced on the way of the classroom. He has a grasp, more calm demeanor when he's on the field.
Yeah.
He might not be mobile and athletic. Fine. But they can create a playbook for him that would give him the option to quick throws to the outside, screens out to the flat, get the ball out of his hand quicker, and then that might open up a chance for him to throw a deep ball. I think they put together a good game plan for him. Is he the answer to the prayers in Cincinnati right now? I don't think so, but he's not the Antichrist. I don't think Cincinnati fans are booing him on the way into the stadium. I think they're going to be happy that someone other than Browning is going to be starting at this point. You got T. Higgins, you got your Chase, and you got a guy that can run the ball if he gets a chance, right? So I just think do you think he's a better option than Browning? I mean, you don't think so?
Yeah, but I'm saying
even a healthy Browning?
Yeah, he's definitely better than Browning, but he's no close near Joe Burrow.
Well, Joe Burrow's not Joe Burrow right now. The guy's always hurt.
That's what
it's not his toe, it's his calf. If it's not his calf, it's his ass. There's always something wrong with the guy.
When you get hit,
oh,
he's a statue back there. Hashtag statue. He is a statue. And I don't think he's Dan Marino, Mr. Quick Release at the age of 40, whatever. We'll see what happens.
Okay, turtleneck
see.
hoodie. I wore
If
a
he
hoodie
makes
today.
If he makes it through the games and stays upright, yeah, no doubt about it. He brings continuity to that team, consistency, and is a definite upgrade. But we'll see what happens.
That's a big word for you, continuity. Wow. Did you practice that? My God.
You got it written down here. Make sure you use this word.
You still old school, huh?
No, I didn't do that.
Got some bright light going on over there. Wonder what you got going on over there. So, but yeah, we definitely wanted to talk about that a little bit. And the biggest upset of the week, I believe, and for whatever it's worth, I did pick Kansas City to beat Jacksonville. And I did that, and you and I both agreed because they should beat Jacksonville. That's a game they should have won easily, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I did mark it with my orange caution pen between us that could be a game where Kansas City could lose, and they did. Do I think this? I mean, you got Jacksonville sitting at 4-1. Like what? 4-1 Jacksonville, first year head coach, new system. They're playing ball. They got that guy who plays both ways. What's his name?
Travis Hunter. You hate Trevor Lawrence, but
I don't like Trevor Lawrence. Is just I don't know.
But put it into perspective that he's been in the league for what, 3 or 4 years? He's had at least 3 different offense coordinators. There's no continuity, using that word again.
Wow. Woo.
Yep. Hashtag continuity. If I knew how to spell it, I'd throw it in there. But like I'm saying, I don't know.
Turtleneck hoodie, man.
Yeah, you need one of those.
Now you got the pull. I got a hoodie. I don't know what's wrong.
When you come to Buffalo, make sure to grab that turtleneck hoodie because you never know.
Well, I already checked the weather for when I come there. It's supposed to be like in the 60s.
Doesn't matter what it says. We get 3 seasons here in about 6 hours.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
Up here, it could be snowing tomorrow, and it's 70 degrees yesterday. Right now, we're in the high 60s.
You called that the biggest upset, but I think it was the Cardinals flubbing that game Vegas style.
Yeah, that was a little sketchy. I know you wanted to talk about that.
Murray takes this bad snap to the helmet, doesn't move, doesn't pick it up, doesn't do nothing. DeMarco, 90-some yard run, and then does that old floopity floop where he puts his arm out with the ball and the ball goes out of bounds. What are you doing, people? And then the coach hits him. The coach hit him. Did you see that? Hit him.
Yeah, that was. I think I was screwing that up with something you had mentioned earlier.
Are you against that or for that in this weak day of age?
I don't think anybody should put their hands on anybody for any reason. Okay, especially a professional. Like if I was, still working and not retired, if a boss put his hands on me because I made a mistake or something, yeah, we'd have a problem. But when you're making $1 gazillion and your job's not to drop the football, I mean, I don't think I see.
How many times old school style do you see somebody who screws up and the coach does what? He grabs the mother's right by his mask and
wraps him around. Yeah, right? You don't. Well, sometimes you see that, but then there's always
every play. What matters? This is a game of what? Inches.
Yeah, Al Pacino.
You have 2 touchdowns in your whole life. You better cross that goal line and hand the ball to the ref. What are you playing games for? You're not. I don't understand this. Kids, don't do that. Finish the play, hand the ball to the ref like the guy who scored 3,000 touchdowns and did it after every play. He
Barry Sanders.
Right to the ref because that's what you do.
You would think, and I actually brought this point up with the other podcast I'm on, back when the Bills were in the Super Bowl and they were done. I mean, they were getting absolutely destroyed by the Dallas Cowboys, and there was that fumble recovery by Leon Lett who ran it like 154 yards, and Don Beebe chased them down for pride and knocked the ball out. You would think at that point in the 90s that ball security until you're in the end zone and the 2 arms go up for the referee, that's when you celebrate. But yeah, you're right. It's getting out of hand where these clowns are doing their dancing on the way into the end zone and they're getting the ball knocked out. And I'm really glad they're enforcing that rule because there's probably, think about all the touchdowns that have happened where that happened. And we never saw it because it was never called. Think back.
So many more camera angles now and everything.
And that's the thing. A lot of people have gotten away with it. Like, you got to love the people. Oh my God, I got a speeding ticket today. How many didn't you get when you were speeding? Accept it. You fucked up. You got a speeding ticket, and you probably should have gotten about 85 all the times you were speeding and didn't get caught. It's the same thing. Your job is to get that ball into the end zone, wait for the touchdown signal, and then go, do the sailboat or the push-ups or the snow angels in front of the camera and throw the football up in the stands. Question, not to change subject. There was a viral video, happened in Buffalo, where a ball got loose. It wasn't thrown into the stands by anybody. It ended up into the stands somehow, and that guy with a Matt Milano jersey on got the ball, stuffed it up his shirt, and they did a play-by-play. Oh, Milano's got the ball, and he's going up the stairs, and he's proceeding to the exit, and doobie-doobie-doo. What's the ruling on that? I'm really confused because if you go to a baseball game and the ball is a foul ball, you can keep the ball. I would think in the NFL, if a ball ends up into the stands, however which way, that's fair game.
I don't think so.
But I heard that they have to give it back, or they get. But if a player,
Allen threw it in there. Allen threw it in there.
Well, here's what I read, and here's what I kind of found out. If a player celebrates and they throw it up into the stands in celebration, the fans can keep that ball. But if the ball bounces like on a dead play or throwaway or something, and it bounces into the stands,
it was a throwaway.
That ball needs to be given back to the NFL. What's the actual friggin' rule on that? Because it's $1 billion industry. Who cares about goddamn football? You're gonna chase somebody down who got a souvenir and they got to run out of the stadium like a felon because you want the ball back. Makes sense.
I didn't see anybody chasing him. I don't know if I haven't heard anything about it.
They're looking for him.
Well, I mean, he's on camera. I know
they want him. They got questions.
He booked it too, and unfortunately for him, it was all caught on film. Like we say, you can't hide from the camera these days. They even did a play-by-play, and he doesn't know this. He don't know. He's thinking, man, I got the ball. I'm going to get out of here. No one's
gotta get out.
Don't say, hurry up. You behind me, Alan? You behind me? His buddy, he's like, you behind me? You're out here. All right, we're out of here. Then they go home and they're like, dude,
they're on the reel.
Freaking Tarico just did a play-by-play of you.
Yeah, buddy.
Like, oh man.
I mean, what do you do? Do you turn yourself in? I wouldn't.
I don't know. That ball's probably going to be worth $1 bazillion because this is the last. That ball's going to resurface in about 10 years.
Yeah, but I have questions about that. If anybody listening live, anywhere you're listening, or if anybody watches the replay and you have any input on this, let us know. Maybe I'm just really opinionated, but here's my belief. You pay a minimum at some of these stadiums. Let's do a ticket average. Let's say $200 a seat in any given stadium, cheap seats starting around $200-$300. If I'm paying $200-$300 to sit at a game and the quarterback throws it away to kill the play and it bounces off the turf and up into the stands and I catch it, I should be able to keep that. There shouldn't be any security coming down. You got to give that ball back. Why? Because they sand them and jerk them off before each game, and they're the kicker ball or the quarterback ball or whatever ball. Make it make sense. Roger Goodell, 2 weeks in a row now, I'm calling you out. Make it make sense, okay? Tell me why the ball has to be given back unless the player chooses to throw it into the stands and give the ball to the crowd. Make it make sense. Email us. I'll put my email on the screen for you in case your assistant needs a little help. It is info@rawlive.com. Mr. Goodell, answer this question for me. Get around the board table and let me know what you think. Because, quite frankly, people pay enough money to see this shit. If the ball goes in the stands, it's theirs. Like,
There's got to be only so many balls. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm thinking. There's got to be balls. There's got to be only so many, and that's the reason. Because I can't think of any other good reason why they would do that. But what a terrible thing to happen with that guy. I mean, he thinks he's getting away with it. He's running up there. He's getting the hell out of there. He can't even watch the rest of the game because he's got a ball. He's got to go.
All the cameras are on him. Can you imagine feeling how you would feel at home? Like, That's why I asked you, would you call and turn yourself in, or would you just let it play itself out and end up on the Today Show explaining why you decided not to turn yourself in and have the football on your lap while you're doing the
Yeah.
interview
Turn
and get the
yourself
whole
in.
team to autograph it? Turn it
Turn
into a
yourself in.
Make-A-Wish.
They'll probably get you something else. Yeah. Turn it into something bigger. You're parlaying it at that point.
We'll give you a fake football here.
There
We'll give you a
might be
fake one.
something autographed you might get from the team. You know, I think it's freaking hilarious. So I'm going
I
to say
think it's
that
stupid.
that half the team thinks it's funny that guy had to book out of there because you're not allowed to take the ball. So I'm guaranteeing if he turned himself in, if they even are looking at him, he's going to get something else. I mean, I was drunk. I had a bad moment. Here's your ball back. Is that what you want me to do? Here's your ball back.
What are they going to start doing? Putting nets up around the entire stadium?
Maybe.
I mean, they could.
If they do that, and it's this guy's fault, maybe they'll ban him from the rest of the games.
Thanks, Dick. It's like, one jerk off has to ruin it for everybody.
Well, that's how they started the table jumping. Now everyone thinks that's a great idea.
Yeah,
that's one of the reasons why we're never going to win a Super Bowl.
What?
You bring in the wrong crowd. How are you going to win? That's not a bunch of winners. It look like a bunch of winners to you? No, looks like a team that's going to be upbeat and happy that they lost again.
So they jump through a table even after they lose, is what you're saying.
Hashtag upbeat Josh.
Upbeat Josh. He's right behind you, smiling.
That's what he does.
He's your
boy.
Smiles
in the face of adversity. If I lose today, tomorrow's another season.
That's awesome.
Yep.
So to get back to your little story, what ended up happening with Mark Sanchez? Are charges still pending? He got arrested, right?
He did. At first, they were going to arrest the other guy because the news came out wrong. But then after watching the video, the surveillance camera and everything, they arrested Sanchez in the hospital, I believe. And he's facing like 1 to 5 years felony charges.
Jeez.
Yeah, entering another person's vehicle and public intoxication. He didn't get attempted murder or whatever, but he's definitely facing 1 to 5 years. What do you think he's going to get?
No, time served.
Yeah, nothing.
He'll bond out and have to put a bracelet on his ankle. He lost his job. I mean, he's obviously fired from Fox over this. That's where he worked, right? Wasn't he?
Yeah, they're CBS. I don't know which one.
Either one.
He did the game. He did the NFL game. I didn't really like him that much as an announcer, anyways.
I thought he was on Fox.
He could have been. He very well could have been.
He was a good quarterback when he played. So either way, but we're kind of close to running out of time here. We have a little under 10 minutes. So why don't we do this, Tio? We've covered quite a bit. Why don't we go over what games that are coming up here in week 6 that we like and go into a little detail about them and then make our picks on those games. And then we can go real quickly go through the remaining games on who we think is going to win. Last week, we both shit the sheets. We don't even have to go into records. The games that I picked that I think are really interesting to keep an eye on this coming week: Lions at Chiefs, the Philadelphia Eagles visiting one of the two Jersey teams who's 1-4,
MetLife,
New York Giants, MetLife Stadium, and Seattle at Jacksonville. Dames, my buddy Dames, he's a huge Seattle fan, and Jacksonville coming off that big win with Kansas City. Where do they go from here? 4-1. Those are the 3 games. Lions, Chiefs. Let's start there. Lions, Chiefs is going to be a Sunday night game. And what do you like about that game? What do you think the Lions can do going into Arrowhead? Prime time, coming off a big prime time win. What do you see happening? I'm going to let you start off with this one.
Detroit at KC. This is a great game. I'm excited to watch this one. Detroit KC. I'm going to have to take KC again. I can't pick against KC anytime. And I know they're not playing their best, and I know Detroit's looking pretty sweet again. Give me KC 34-31.
I'm not doing points, but I took Detroit. I just took Detroit. I think they're putting up more than 40 points a game on average. They're lights out right now on offense. I think Jared Goff goes in there and has himself a day. I think they fall apart. The Chiefs just continue to fall apart and implode. I want the Chiefs to lose because it does help the Bills in the long run when it does come to seeding time for the playoffs. So the more the Chiefs lose, the Ravens lose, and any of our division opponents lose, the better off for Bills when it comes to seeding. I took Detroit. I don't have to go into too much detail other than the fact that the Chiefs are slipping. They're at 2-3 going into week 6, and the Lions are sitting at 4-1. So I mean, how do you pick against the Lions team that's hot right now when you got the Chiefs who they're not hot. So I confidently take Detroit in that one. The other one was Philly visiting the Giants. The Giants can't buy a win right now. The Jackson Dart experiment, they have to go with them, I guess. Brian Dable's being forced, I feel, by management and ownership that this is our guy. This is who you need to play. Make it work. Put Russell on the bench. Do you think Russell Wilson gets another shot? I know they're going to probably start with Jackson Dart going into this game. What do you think? I'm interested to see because you got Philadelphia, obviously, coming off of that loss, going into a MetLife. Could this be their trap game? Could Philly go in there and get trapped? What do you think of Death Life Stadium, Tio?
Anything can happen at Death Life Stadium. You know what?
What?
This one feels like an upset to me. Like the Giants somehow, kind of like New England did last week, will it together and beat this Philadelphia Eagles team that isn't playing that great. You're so anticipating that
the Giants
gets. Yeah, I think so. I think I don't really want
Barkley. He doesn't even play there anymore.
No, I'm saying Barkley for the Eagles is going to get more than six carries this game.
It is a homecoming for him too. Keep that in mind. Does he want to go in there and launch on him? That's why this is an interesting game. See, the narrative just changed.
That is a revenge game. All right, give me the Eagles.
Okay, I took the Eagles as well, and it's not only because of the narrative. The Giants are the Giants, but this could be a trap game. Is that fair to say?
Giants won last week.
Barely.
Give me the Eagles.
Well, you already said the Eagles. I already wrote it down. The Giants are 1-4. It's the only one they have. So, okay. And the third one that like I said, Seattle at Jacksonville. I want to see Seattle win. They're no skin off my back. Go ahead.
The Giants lost last week. Sorry.
Yes, they did. That's why you were screwing me up.
Yeah, I noticed that. Sorry.
The only game they won was when Jackson Dart started, and then the second week he shit the sheets.
Yes. They lost 26-14.
Correct. Anyways, Jacksonville at home, Seattle coming from the West Coast down to Swampville where the hair is flowing. And they're coming off a huge win against Kansas City. They're high spirits right now. They're 4-1. First-year coach. What do you think about this game? Who do you like in this game and why? I'm going to tell you after you answer, and I want to see if we agree on something for once, too.
Jacksonville letdown game after giving it their all last week. I'm going to take Seattle. Seattle's defense playing phenomenal. Can't stop that receiver, and they got two good running backs. I'll take Seattle.
You're going to take Seattle?
Yep.
Okay. And here's where it gets kind of goofy. I did say I want Seattle to win. I do. I really do want them to win. I like Seattle way more than I'll ever like Trevor Lawrence and the Jacksonville Jaguars, but I did pick the Jaguars to win. I think they're going to come off and they're going to be at home. Seattle coming from the West Coast, great defense or not. I think Jacksonville can put a game plan together to get to Darnold and to disrupt him. He's not a scrambler, as we all know. He's not very good at moving. I took Jacksonville in that one. So his hair moves good. So I took Jacksonville. So why don't we do this with our few minutes we have left here? If anybody has anything they want to add or they have any picks or disagree with any of the picks that we've already selected, fill in a comment or whatever and let us know what you think. So starting with Denver at the New York Jets. I mean,
give me Denver.
So Thursday night is Philly at the Giants. They got to flip the field for Sunday, and Denver comes in and plays. So you're taking Denver.
I am, and in that first game, I'm just hoping nobody gets injured on that field. I don't want to talk about it next week because believe me, I will.
Oh,
another somebody big going down. And thanks, shout out to everybody who watched last week's episode because that was a good one for us.
That it was one of my favorite.
The Turf Talk did a lot. It's big news around the NFL because with these new stadiums coming up, they're really trying to harp player safety, but yet the NFL doesn't want to listen. So,
well, I don't know if you saw on Facebook or Instagram today, they actually started installing the grass surface at the new Buffalo Bills Stadium.
Nice.
There's a nice reel of it where they show them laying down the sod, because I guess in the year advance they got to start growing the grass to establish rootage or whatever. You're the geek that knows all that. All right, so you picked Denver, clearly, right?
Yep.
Okay, then we got the Rams visiting the dysfunctional, falling apart at the studs Baltimore Ravens without a Lamar Jackson, and they're just not good right now. The Ravens are sitting at, I'll tell you, I think they're 1-4. Actually, they're really bad. They are sitting at 1-4. I take the Rams in that one. I don't want to go into too much detail. Matthew Stafford starting, Puka Nakua's lighting it up. The running back, the guy, fumbled the ball. He's, they say in fantasy to start him this week. I think he bounces back from that. I take the Rams. I'm taking it. You take the Rams too?
Definitely taking the Rams here.
And then we move on to Dallas visiting Carolina, coming off a win against Miami, right?
Yeah, Carolina's playing pretty good.
I mean, they are. It's weird. I don't even feel comfortable saying that. It's really that weird.
Storyline here: Rico Dowdle coming back to Dallas for Carolina.
Rico.
So you think that's going to be just like Barkley coming back? He's going to want to have something to prove. Dallas gave him away after the last 7 games of Rico's career in Dallas. He had a 100-yard game in each game. They treated him like trash. They threw him to the garbage for Javonte Williams.
So it's fair to say you're going to take Carolina.
It's fair to say I'm taking Dallas. Dallas is one of the only teams that scored over 30 points a game, I believe. And Carolina, to me, doesn't seem like a team that's going to be able to do that.
All right, so you're taking Dallas. I took Dallas as well. Arizona visiting the Indianapolis Danny Dimes, Jonathan Taylor tearing it up Colts. Do you think this continues? Do you think the Colts continue this run that they're on?
Yep. I think that the Colts are going to end up with a really good record.
Well, they got one already.
And this is going to be another victory for them.
Okay. We both took them then. I took the Colts at home, and my dog just dropped a bomb in my apartment. Holy cow. Boston Terrier fart to the text. Webster Dictionary style, Dames, if you're watching.
Woo. James, speaking of Webster Dictionary, they added about 2,000 words here the other day. Did you know that?
What?
Yeah, the Webster Dictionary added about 2,000 words for all you book nerds, Scrabble nerds. You got a couple new words you can add.
Well, I got told very clearly the definition of legacy, Webster Dictionary style, so I'm well aware of the Webster Dictionary.
Nice.
So, okay, so we both my dog is knocking the wind out of me right now. So we got the Chargers visiting Miami. Miami, they could play anywhere right now, and they're just not going to be good. Tua's not good. Their only receiver really is Waller. Tyreek out for the year. Defense, do they even play? I think they might always be like 10 guys out there. I don't know what's going on in Miami. The coach can't even do a post-game conference without sounding like a fucking idiot. It's like you talk about Stephon Diggs with the pink drugs. What's going on with McGenius down there? I mean, the guy, if the guy has any pride left in his life, just quit, man. Go away. He says
some off the wall stuff. He must be a mushroom hunter. Because that guy, he asked him a question.
He said mushroom hunter.
Yeah, I thought we would win that game, but we didn't win.
I wonder if he feels like this when he's getting asked questions.
He's probably cool, calm. He just says what he says. That's the thing.
I just think the guy's a complete jackass. Dan Marino, shame on you for even thinking this guy makes sense. Okay, so we both obviously take the Chargers. Then we got the Browns going to Pittsburgh. I took Pittsburgh just because you got the Browns. The only thing that really is going for them right now is their defense. Myles Garrett is lights out. But in this case, I don't think defense is going to really win the game. You got an Aaron Rodgers who's kind of starting to warm up to DK Metcalf. Warren might not play, might play, but Aaron Rodgers is more of a throwing type anyways. I could see him having a day at home. So I took the Steelers. Do you have anything to rebuttal? Do you have a rebuttal?
I could see Cleveland winning. I'm going to take Pittsburgh, but I could see Cleveland winning this game.
Why do you have to do that shit?
I could see it.
So
Because this is the game where defense would matter.
So do you want to
in
call
this-
this a trap game?
I like Pittsburgh too much.
Okay, fine. So you take Pittsburgh too.
Yep.
Here's a good one. New England against the New Orleans Saints, who got their first win. Rattler got his first win as a starter, so he is officially 1-10 as a starter.
New England.
Yeah, that's what I did. Okay, so we'll move
Easy.
on from that one. Okay, Tennessee Titans. Cam Ward with his first victory, visiting the Las Vegas Raiders. Is this a good
Tennessee.
homecoming? You're going to take
Tennessee.
Tennessee?
I am. I'm going to say Calvin Ridley shows up this week somehow. I don't know why, but
Okay. Well, I'm going to disagree with you on that one. I'm going to take Vegas at home.
all right.
I think they have a little something to prove, and you got to remember too, they're wow, my dog smells really bad.
I got Genty too. Genty probably
Vegas, phew, Willie, gosh, man, go to the doctor. Vegas is sitting at 1-4, but you got Tennessee who's at 1-4 as well. So a battle of the losers really. I have to take the home team on that one. That's the only reason I'm taking it. Then we have Cincinnati going to Green Bay. Joe Flacco. Now, here's where it gets squirrely. Could Joe Flacco
no
go into Green Bay?
Okay.
Gobo, I hope you're watching, and I'm sorry I'm going to do this to you. Put you through a minute of pain and torturing. Could he go in and beat Green Bay?
Sure, anything's possible,
Can you just answer the question?
but he won't. Green Bay defense start of the week.
Awesome.
Micah Parsons.
Yeah. Coming off a
He's
bad
in for
40-point day.
hey, if they win next
Mhm.
week, I'm going to be singing his praise, and I'm going to be saying Cincinnati's a team to watch out, and they could come back here. But until I see it, I'm not going to be a believer. I can't fathom a world where they keep that guy healthy.
Who?
That's my issue. I can't fathom a world where Cincinnati keeps Joe Flacco healthy.
Well,
long
anything's
enough to make a
possible.
difference.
I mean, he's been in the league 19 years, and he's gotten hurt a few times, and he's still ticking. So we'll see. I did take Green Bay in this game, just so everyone's clear. I am a Joe Flacco fan, like I've been very clear about. I think the man's amazing. He's still playing. He's still at a professional, high caliber level. Can he run as fast? No, but Aaron Rodgers can't either, and he's going to the Hall of Fame. I like Joe Flacco. I don't think he goes into a Green Bay, especially Green Bay coming out of a shitty tie, and being able to win that game. So I'm going to go ahead and take Green Bay. Then we got San Fran, the San Francisco treat going into Tampa Bay. Baker Mayfield, to some people, playing MVP level football this year. MVP, am I there with him yet? No. Do I think he's gritty? Do I think he plays his ass off? Do I think he does a lot of smelling salts and gets in his players' faces and wins? Yes. Do I like him? Yes. Is he an MVP? Maybe. What's your take on that one, and who do you pick?
My take is Brock who? Because Mac Jones
Is
the poor man Brock Purdy is sure as hell looking pretty good. I'm going to take San Fran here. I don't
Wow.
even care if none of their receivers play and he's got to throw the ball to Bourne all day again because that's what he do. We all know Mac Jones loves to target his outside receivers. We saw it again last week. And with 15 targets or something that Kendrick Bourne had, 10 receptions, he's going to do it again. I'm going to take San Fran. Tampa Bay is playing phenomenal. Rookie of the year, Ajigba over there. That wide receiver is looking great.
Nuts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I took Tampa Bay. Why? They're home. It's a late window game. So what does that mean? It means it's not going to be raging 180 degrees. At least the sun will be dropping a little bit. Baker Mayfield has been playing lights out football.
That game is going to come down to the end. I think every single game Tampa Bay is in, it's been a 3.1 drive game, and that's what's going to come down to. This game's probably going to be on TV. It's a big game.
Well, that's why they're obviously saying he's MVP level right now, because he is having all these comebacks and he's winning games in the last few minutes of each game. So I did take Tampa Bay at home. You did take San Francisco. Then we jumped to Buffalo, Atlanta. I took Buffalo over Atlanta. I think the Buffalo Bills bounced back from their performance last week against the Patriots, which was our trap game. I think they make some changes on defense. I think their offensive play scheme is going to be a little different in Atlanta. Really, let's face it. Atlanta, they're just not that good. They're 2-2. They have Bijan, yeah. They have Penix, who everyone thinks is the next best thing since Michael Vick. I don't see it happening yet. I have to see more to buy into the Atlanta franchise. So I'm going to take Buffalo, and not only because I'm a Bills fan, I have to say it every time, but from doing a football show here, I'm taking Buffalo. They're 4-1. Lost the game last week we shouldn't have lost. Let's face it, we shouldn't have lost that game. We're going to go into Atlanta pissed off. It's another primetime game. We seem to never lose 2 primetime games in a row. It's non-divisional. Go in, whoop some ass, go home a winner, and then you go on a bye week.
Good call. I'm taking Atlanta. I think we lose this game.
You really think?
I think it's a high scoring. Yep, I think it's a high scoring game. I think we see more turnovers here for some reason. I think the turnovers come in bunches.
Wow.
And we know this guy behind me has been protecting the ball very well, but at times he likes to give it away. And we saw that last week, and I think it continues this week. I'd rather have it happen early, fans. Don't think I'm being an asshole. I'd rather have this happen early than it happens later when the season is more important. You get me? I wanted us to have all our kinks worked out by the time we get there. But in this game, I think I'm feeling 37-34 kind of shit.
Okay, well, I take the Bills. You take the Atlanta Falcons. Last but not least, before we wrap it up here, Chicago visiting Washington. Washington coming off, obviously, a big win. Chicago kind of hanging around still. Chicago at their, they're 2-2. Still not out of it, 2-2. I'm not a Caleb Williams fan. I don't think I ever will be. I don't think he's that great.
He's good.
Everyone tells me he's great. I don't believe it yet. I think people go to Chicago to get traded or die.
But Jim
McMahon never really was that great. He just had a great running back, and he had the refrigerator Perry running in touchdowns. It was a different era. Okay. He wore headbands and got fined all the time, and he's got major CTE. Just no comparison. I took Washington at home. That's just who I took. I think you're going to take Chicago over Washington.
Taking Washington, actually.
Wow. So we only disagreed on 5 games this week. Not too bad. But that's all we have as far as our games. If you guys have anyone out there listening or rewatching the replay of the show has any take on what they think or who they think is going to win, definitely drop us an email at info@rawlive.com or drop a comment in, because we will see the comments later on throughout, the replays of the show. We thank everybody for subscribing, being here with us. But it is that time. Any last words, T.O., from you? Or
no, hopefully everybody has a great weekend. Enjoy the games. Enjoy your family. And we'll see you again here next Wednesday, live 8 p.m. Ready to go.
We'll see y'all then.
True NFL is brought to you by Raw Live Productions. If you have any questions about the show, you can email us at info@rawlive.com.